Team coverage across Southern California.
We begin with meteorologist Vera Jimenez with the latest on the storm and what may still be to come. Vera.
We're still going to see plenty of rain overnight. We're even going to see the possibility of some thunderstorms. We've already had thunderstorms from earlier this evening, and they're continuing across the region. As you can see, though, most of this is now making its way to the south. LA County, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino are going to see the brunt of it overnight. The mountains now are getting plenty of rain over them. We are seeing light to moderate showers there. Some of this is turning to snow, as you can see. And of course, we do have some pretty heavy cells, and we're going to see much more of that during the overnight hours. As we continue to the east, Big Bear is now seeing some of that rain also turn into snow. Keep in mind that when all is said and done, we could see about 8 inches of rainfall by tomorrow afternoon when this system finishes passing through. Even the coast, the valleys, and our interior sections are going to see somewhere between maybe 3 and perhaps maybe even as much as 5 inches. Places like even the Orange County foothills of Santa Ana are going to see some significant numbers. We're also going to see some very dangerous gusty winds, which will include not just enhancing those rainfall totals, especially up against the foothills, but they're also going to produce some dangerous conditions like down power lines and, of course, those down trees that get blown over in those gusty winds with that saturated ground. We'll have more on all those details coming up shortly. I'll send it back to you guys for now.
Vera, thank you. Meantime, the steady downpour is causing some serious problems in Chatsworth, where a 15-foot sinkhole suddenly appeared and swallowed 2 cars, trapping a mother and daughter inside. First responders couldn't even drive their vehicles along the damaged road to rescue the pair trapped in that sinkhole.
KTLA's Carlos Saucedo live in Chatsworth tonight. Carlos.
Yeah, that's right. Quite the rescue out here in Chatsworth. A mother and daughter were trapped inside a vehicle after their car was swallowed by a giant sinkhole. Now take a look at these images of first responders pulling them out. Now they are harrowing images of the women as they were hoisted out of the giant sinkhole 10 feet deep, pulled out one by one by their rescuers. Now they were trapped inside a Nissan after their car went into the hole along Iverson Road in Chatsworth. Now this happened around 7 o'clock this evening, and it's believed that the mom failed to see the sinkhole as she was driving in the pouring rain. Once their vehicle went in, a pickup truck also fell into the sinkhole, stacking the vehicle on top of the other. Officials say the victims in the pickup self-rescued themselves, meaning that they were able to get out of their vehicle on their own and get to safety. Now, since the mom and daughter were in the bottom vehicle, the circumstances were much trickier to get them out. It took first responders with LAFD, LA County Fire, Ventura Fire about an hour to rescue the 2 trapped inside. I spoke with the driver's husband off camera. He said that both mom and 14-year-old daughter were on their way home when this happened. They frantically called him on his phone as they were trapped inside, but he stopped hearing from them. So you can imagine the sigh of relief as he saw them being rescued. But this was no easy task as first responders put their own lives on the line.
This was a high-risk operation where we implemented our risk gain assessment, where we had to risk our personnel to save the others, and they were viable, and we needed to put that into play. The car is already shifted in the hole to the point now where it's completely unstable. And if had we not acted in the way that we acted, we could have seen catastrophic failure.
Yeah, so a good ending tonight. Both mother and daughter were taken to a nearby hospital, said to be in stable condition. That's the latest here in Chatsworth. Carlos Saucedo, KTLA 5 News.
Wow, Carlos, thank you. One of the areas hit hardest by the storm is Montecito in Santa Barbara County, where officials have ordered mandatory evacuations for the entire community. Major flooding and the threat of massive debris flows has the community on alert, fearing a repeat of the deadly mudslides that happened 5 years ago today.
The extreme weather has also forced the CHP to close the northbound 101 freeway in Ventura. KTLA 5's Chris Wolfe joins us live in Ventura with more on the evacuations and the dangerous flooding conditions. Hi, Chris.
Absolutely. Good evening, Court and Micah. This is Ventura Avenue and West Thompson Boulevard near the 101 here in Ventura. And it's evidence of just how quickly a situation can change and how dangerous things can become in just a matter of minutes. This whole street, this whole intersection was flooded underwater with water pouring into the first floor of that apartment building and the parking garage across the street from us just a very short time ago. And now, as you can see, the water has receded. It came up very quickly and it went down quickly. The storm has certainly dealt a crushing blow, not just to this area, but up and down the coast.
Oh my God.
Santa Barbara resident Alexandra Hallman lives near the pier and earlier Monday was concerned her home would be swept out to sea in the latest storm to pound and flood the state of California.
Is my house gonna flood?
She grabbed her valuables and left.
Oh my God!
Flash flooding, strong winds, mud flows, relentless rainfall, all part of this violent weather picture. Evacuation orders have been issued for La Conchita, Montecito, Summerland, parts of Carpinteria, Santa Barbara, and Ventura. Authorities say leave now with a rapidly evolving situation. Others have been told to shelter in place. Authorities warn if you do not evacuate under an order to leave, you should be prepared to sustain yourself and other members of your household for multiple days. According to reports, a 5-year-old boy was swept away by floodwaters along the central coast. Others were killed by falling trees. The entire seaside community of Montecito, home to Prince Harry, Oprah, and Ellen DeGeneres, was ordered to evacuate on the 5th anniversary of deadly mudslides there.
This is crazy. On the 5-year anniversary, we were having unprecedented rain. This creek next to our house never flows, ever. Probably about 9 feet up. Yikes!
A mudslide on January 9th, 2018, killed 23 people and destroyed more than 100 homes in Montecito. Now there are renewed threats for so many. In Ventura, one community is flooded with water pouring into some first-floor apartments and offices.
Super flooded. Over here they had to push some cars.
People here have a little bit of evacuation fatigue, but I'm confident that if the order came through to evacuate, we would do so.
Major road closures tonight include a section of the 101, the 150, and 154 due to flooding and impacts of this storm. CHP says if you absolutely do not have to be on the road, then stay put at home. For now, reporting live in Ventura, Chris Wolfe, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Elsewhere, check out this muddy mess. Highway 126 connecting LA and Ventura counties is washed out and shut down, leaving a long line of cars stuck by the mud. Crews will be working all night to keep roads open, but there's almost too many closures to count.
And the number of flooded communities is growing tonight. KTLA Sandra Mitchell live in Fillmore on the closures and the flooding. Sandra.
Micah and Court, huge pieces of trees and rocks all over the road. There is a lot of mud. Let's show you what's going on the road just behind us. This is the 126, Highway 126. It's a normally really busy road that connects northern LA to the beach communities there in Ventura. But look at all this damage across all lanes of the road. It is completely shut down, and hundreds of drivers right now are stranded. Flooded roads and swift water rescues. Ventura County is getting hammered with rain.
There's going to be no access through here till tomorrow morning.
Traffic is backed up on Highway 126. Drivers stranded as the Santa Clara River gushed over its banks, scattering tree limbs and rocks onto and across all lanes of the road.
A lot of debris, branches, logs. We're not going to be able to get by today.
Hundreds of drivers trapped in their cars.
I'm terrified of it swallowing up my car. It looks like a pretty strong current river.
A 2-mile stretch of Highway 126 is closed from the Fillmore city limits to Fairview Canyon. Truck driver Luis Magana said he was prepared to stay all night in his rig.
Everything was closed down. So I live right here in Santa Paula, trying to get back home, but it looks like I'm Had to sleep on the side of the road today.
Along the Ventura River at Main Street in Ventura, we were there as 18 people were pulled from a homeless encampment flooded by heavy rain. A boat was deployed, a helicopter called in. Some of the victims were airlifted, but many were able to climb a ladder to safety with assistance. Only one minor injury reported. Ventura County Fire says they were ready for the call.
We've staffed up additional pieces of equipment. We've staffed 2 swift water teams and 2 task force.
There are reports of minor mudslides, street flooding, and debris flows throughout Ventura County. But authorities say with more heavy rain coming overnight, they expect more damage and danger.
We're most concerned about the flooding. The ground is pretty saturated. We're also concerned about the flooding coming up in the lower lying areas.
And the rain is really coming down right now. Again, this is the 126 highway through the Fillmore area. All lanes of the road are covered with mud and debris. It is completely shut down in both directions. Emergency crews came through just a little while ago, making that announcement saying it will not reopen until tomorrow at the earliest. We're live tonight in Fillmore. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Back to you.
Stay safe, Sandra. Thank you. New video keeps coming in tonight showing some of the many successful swift water rescues around the region. LA County crews used a fire truck ladder to pull an elderly man safely from his swamped SUV up in the Santa Clarita Valley near Castaic. Firefighters say the SUV was swept from the road by floodwaters and heavy rains. They say the man was wet and cold, but otherwise okay.
Coastal communities are bracing for the possibility of more damage from the latest storm, including high surf and flooding, powerful winds and thunderstorms creating dangerous conditions. Residents along the coast on alert tonight.
KTLA 5's Beth McDade is live in Long Beach with the latest on the conditions there. Hi, MB.
Hi there, and yes, the rain continues to come down out here tonight. It gets really heavy at times, but the big thing right now are these winds. They continue to grow increasingly stronger as the night is wearing on out here. There's just lots of debris and palm fronds all blowing around in it. Now, fire officials are asking that if you do not need to be out in this weather, well, don't. Stay home, stay safe. But if you do need to get out and drive around, they say make sure you don't drive through any flooded intersections. Intense rains, whipping winds, and fears of flash flooding have Long Beach residents on edge.
I'm batting down the hatches. I'm used to this. It's happened before.
Patricia Harrington, who lives out on the peninsula, says she spent the past few days preparing for this storm.
I've locked down my patio because I have ivy and I have to keep heavy things up against the wall, close down the umbrellas, and make sure everything is secured.
So too have crews who have been shoring up the berms.
They've been working on building up the burn, and yesterday, the day before, so we're as prepared as we can be.
Water managed to breach the berms out on the peninsula during last week's storm, catching some off guard.
In reality, you just kind of think oh, okay, it's never going to affect you. But, I definitely think people here had a reality check. We just saw tons of flash floods just kind of percolate down this way, down the street on Ocean Boulevard.
Dalton Ross says the water also went down the side streets and some of it flooded into his home.
You would see tons of water just kind of flush into the garages, and people were really concerned about their front doors.
I can tell you we're seeing a lot more sandbags surrounding people's properties for this storm compared to the last one.
I have faith that everything will be okay.
Yes, I think we're all hoping and keeping our fingers crossed about that. And, we have been watching you guys. People, they're still coming out here. They're getting more sandbags as we've been out here over the last several hours watching them. Everyone, really taking this seriously and trying to protect their properties. Also, fire officials tell us that, like so many of those other communities that I was just listening to, again, they also have their swift water rescue team ready out here in Long Beach to rescue anyone from that swollen LA River. That's going to do it for us down here in Long Beach. Beth McDade, we're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.